Hello everyone, it's GLG and I welcome you to this new video. Today we're going to talk about the new Insta360 Link 2 camera, and the brand promises us a webcam with DSLR quality just like that. So today's goal is to film with two cameras. Alright, here's my regular camera and the Insta360 camera, so you can make a bit of a comparison. We'll delve into what they promise us and see if the camera lives up to the hype. Could it really replace my main camera, or maybe even all my cameras? That's what we're going to find out, because seeing products in pictures is one thing, but seeing them on video is another. So go ahead and dive into all our high-tech and smartphone tests. Alright, let's dive straight into the box contents. In the box, we really have our camera, which comes with a genuine USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, a USB Type-C to USB-A adapter, just in case you still have the old connections and not the new ones, okay? And there's a magnetic mount to attach directly to your screen, so you can set up the camera. We'll see that it's powered and everything, but it's pretty convenient. Let's talk a bit about the size of the camera. 71 by 58 by 38 millimeters. So it's quite long, which is quite surprising and all. The camera's weight is 101 grams without the mount and 166 grams with its magnetic mount. Let's talk about the sensor for a bit. It's a 1.2-inch sensor, one of the biggest you can have in a webcam. The maximum resolution is 4K at 30 frames per second, and it's worth noting that they've released a software update. There are quite a few software options out there of resolution and FPS, but the maximum is 4K 30 FPS. We've noticed it has a 2-axis gimbal, all motorized and stuff for horizontal and vertical motion, we'll see. And it also features automatic tracking and framing, obviously with some artificial intelligence to really capture what's inside. There you have it. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, let's switch directly to this camera, and I'll keep my other camera up top so you can do a little comparison. This camera promises us ultra smooth 4K 30 frames per second. Well, I have to admit that 4K 30 FPS is pretty good. You don't necessarily need 60 FPS, especially if you're not doing sports mode. It's for indoor use, and I'd say that for now, it's quite decent. The promise is kept. Accepted. The camera also features microphones. So right now, you're hearing the audio from the cameras. Let's not compare apples to oranges. The microphone I have here is worth the camera's price alone. So naturally, we have pretty decent sound. They tell us it has noise reduction. Noise, or if you're in an environment with lots of people, you can reduce the voices around you. Well, there are quite a few AI modes. I don't think that's the main selling point. But during my tests, for example, you see, when I turn this way and as I turn around and don't speak from behind, I noticed the sound was pretty good. They also claim it performs well in low light. So what we'll do is we're going to turn off these umbrellas a bit. Hop, hop, hop. Okay, I've just turned one off. Okay, you saw that. So I've just turned off a second one. Now, all that remains is the daylight and a little bit of the setup in the background. Just so you know, we could potentially taking that one out, and somehow it gives a really nice touch that I personally like a lot. I'm going to turn the lights back on, but listen, I quite like that. Alright, this camera also promises us chromatic framing. So you have a few options. Here, you either press on the camera, there's a little sensor in front you can use, or you just raise your hand like this. Once again, there you go. It just clicked. It flashed 3 times, and now we should have intelligent tracking. That means you'll be able to choose your configuration mode, whether it follows me automatically, just like that, normal, or you can click right on the app here and boom, just like that. Let's see how it's doing. So I've set it to follow me and automatically zoom in. This means that wherever I go, whatever I do, it could make a song out of it, and it'll zoom right in on my head, which is pretty reassuring. Or another mode, we put it in half body. So there automatically it won't zoom in on my head, but it will frame it on my body here. You see, it follows, and there you go. It lets you see automatically, like if you're a bit active and move around a lot. It could make sense. And finally, the last mode, which will be almost the whole frame. Again, it won't record all the way down to my feet, but here we will have a much wider frame. So then you might want to know, I really like the zoom mode like this. It's pretty cool. It lets you move around while thinking. Look, the camera follows me. And of course, I really like that. All right, I'm going to try out the tracking because personally, I'm quite fond of it. The camera also promises some kind of unique focus feature. Yeah, so normally it's an ultra-responsive autofocus. Remember, this isn't a DSLR, it's still a webcam. This means that if you want to show something, like you're switching between yourself and me and the product, so usually when I'm doing something, I put my hand behind it, yeah, so it focuses. And here we realize that, well, there's no need for that. That's good. The camera also promises some kind of smart control. So they say you put your fingers like this, you raise them, and it should be able to zoom. Okay, not bad. Oh, you slide down and it zooms out. Okay, there we go again. These are just gimmicks. There's the V gesture for whiteboard mode, which I haven't activated because I don't have a whiteboard. And then if you raise your hand like this, you go into palm mode and step out of the frame. Now it's off tracking me. It could be interesting, okay? Let's set it up like this. If you go all out, not bad, okay? It could be interesting to have it track me at the same time. There we go. So now it's tracking me. Okay, that's good here. Okay, and then it zooms in. Yeah, up there is the sun. So this camera also boasts HDR right now. The HDR is on, so I'm gonna turn it off so you can maybe see the difference. Okay, I can do it all with one hand. So just there, the camera struggled a bit. The HDR is now off, obviously. And then if I click on it again, so you've got to wait a bit, and now the HDR is switched back on. I hope you could see the difference. Let me know. So what can we say about this camera? It also has this big green LED on the right to show if it's on or off, meaning you can power down your computer and the LED goes off. Or you can tilt it downwards and that puts it into privacy mode. That's also really good. I would have liked the app that you can put on your computer. Apparently, you can even put it on your smartphone, which saves you from having to go to the computer and lets you click directly from your phone. That could be nice. All right, before I share some positives, we really have to talk about the price. So this camera, this webcam, this butte comes in at 229 euros. On the official website, it's about the same price as on Amazon. And I have to admit that for under 250 bucks, we do have a webcam that's pricey, but it's also a super webcam that's fantastic. Worthy of a DSLR or camera, tip a time to zip to film yourself a bit. So in my pros, well, it's really high quality. It's as good as a smartphone or a camera. Once again, the price is pretty nice. I would have liked a gimbal feature though. You see, you can go like this. Now I'll set it to zoom in. I've gone for a half body zoom, and just like that, I absolutely love it. The gimbal mode, the tracking, the artificial intelligence, the microphones are of good quality, the 4K HDR, it's super efficient, and then there's even makeup features and all that jazz, which I'll let you mess around with if you wish. But we must admit, for the price, it's extremely versatile and of high quality. As for the rest, you tell me, at least in the comments. So leave a comment and tell me what you think about this camera. Again, it's the Insta360 Link 2. Is it really good? Or would you rather go for another model? Let me know all that in the comments. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. It's really up to you. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you in a few days. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Next week is going to be intense, but you're going to love it. Have a great day. All right, bye.